Hello my dear friends, my name is Adam and this is YouTube channel Adam Fusman. Today in this video I would like to tell you what I finally passed the test, which is called Florida Construction, Business and Finance, and I passed it in third try. So I failed it twice. In first try I've been sick with COVID and my head was overwhelmed with all this sickness and illness, and after 1 week of sickness I went to the exam and of course I failed because my brain didn't work very well and I just got about 52% of the score, and required score it was 70%. Second time when I tried I got 68.33% and I just prepared about 3 days before the examination and I failed. As you know, maybe some of you don't know what this exam, it's called open book. Open book exam means what you able to bring the books where you can read any information you need on this examination. So overall examination is 6.5 hours and you have to get past 70% from 125 questions, and the questions which are participate on this score just to 120, and you have to get right answers at least on 84 questions. It's very tough exam, and I want to let you know what I'm licensed contractor in HVAC, licensed contractor in states of California, Texas, and right now almost Florida because I passed 2 exams. The first exam on Florida was 7 hours with 125 questions as well, but it's kind of the practice and it's called Construction Florida ARA, which is trade exam. And second exam, Business and Finance, 6.5 hours with 125 questions as well. Why I think what the Business and Finance Construction Florida exam, it is the most difficult exam ever I get tested myself. In my opinion, California Contractor Examination, which is include 2 parts, trade and business and law as well. Both exams 3.5 hours and they're contained 100 questions each. California exam, this is not the open book. You just have to get all answers out of your head. And there's a kind of very easy questions, some of them very easy from the trade, some of them very easy from the business and law. There's stupid questions regarding regulations, OSHA, paychecks, whatever, the small stupid questions. And my qualifications of the difficulty, California HVAC contractor license examination, this is about 4 out of 10 the difficulty. So HVAC Texas contractor license, this is the easiest HVAC license certification because this is just about 110 questions. You're gonna get 3.5 hours and you have to answer about 70% as well. And my opinion, this is kind of easiest exam you can get ever in United States to get a license for HVAC, and this is about, in my opinion, between 2 and 3 out of the 10 difficulty for examination. If we're gonna talk about the examination for the trade in Florida, the trade examination it kind of was easy and I passed it for the second time, and in my opinion it's kind of was easy because I'm pretty technical guy and I know a lot of stuff, and you have to bring to the examination about 13 books in one time. But all questions in this examination, it's all about the same text, which is just a copy paste to the exam. What about examination Business and Finance Florida, Construction Florida? My opinion, what this is a most difficult examination. My qualification of difficulty, this is 10 out of 10 because it's most advanced exam I ever had. Because I think I'm not stupid guy. I wouldn't say I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I'm kind of the something about average. But who knows? You can qualify in the comments below. How do you think I am? So you have to bring literally 4 books in the examination, which is one of them. It's called Florida Contractors Manual. It's very big book, which is contained 10 chapters: business planning and organization, licensing, financial management, risk management, labor and employment laws and regulations, worker compensation, safety, construction, contractors and subcontractors, construction liens and payment bonds, project management. And all these chapters, they are kind of the separate books inside one book. Very tiny text font here, and a lot of information about all aspects about the business and finance regarding the construction in the state of Florida. Very useful book for the Florida Contractors Manual. The second book, in my opinion, which is absolutely obsolete, it's called Builder's Guide to Accounting, Revised Edition. And in this book you can see the old CRT monitor on the front of this book, which is maybe from 90s or maybe 2000s, maybe early 2000s. You can see here the CD disc, and this is all about these times, because here's not about anything like new technologies about the QuickBooks, and you can get anything cloud services regarding accounting. All this crap like a ledger, journal, all this old technology, how to get accounting, and this is about the checks. Very old information here, but you need to know all this book, not all of this book, because you have to bring this book and you can get any information. Very important thing of this examination, of this exam, you have to navigate and know these books very well. This book and navigation on this book, it's very easy. On this book, navigation is just a nightmare. The most difficult part of this exam, because some of the questions are very rephrased, kind of, it's not particular the same text which exists in this book. So that means you have to understand very well English language, and if you have a experience on the financial language of English, it's gonna be very helpful for you, or at least you have experience of the business side of the how to do the business in the United States. It's gonna be very helpful for you. In my perspective, because I'm learning right now in Boston University for the executive online MBA, I'm very familiar with all these statements and all these things. But the thing is, you have to get another book, which is third book, and this is called Architect Institute Association, which is contain 3 books itself, with regulations with contractors, subcontractors and owner. The second part of this small book with small font and text, it's contained regulations between the contractors and subcontractors, and the third part is about how to get into bidding process with all customers. And the fourth small tiny book, which is called Chapter 45, Florida Statutes. The thing is, these Florida statutes, they exist on the same contractor's manual of Florida. I don't know why they're getting them separate and you have to bring it, and maybe it's just better to navigate on these books. I don't know. You have to bring all these 4 books to the examination to get them passed easiest way as you can get. But the most difficult part, and you have to invest a lot of time to get calculation understanding very well about how to calculate depreciation, how to calculate FICA, FUTA, taxes from the tax withholding from the employees, how much money employer have to pay for all these things. So this time I invest even 5 days to get ready for this examination. Second time when I get tested, I invest just 3 days, and it was not enough to get passed. And the most hardest part for the second try, it was how to solve all these maybe simple calculations, but Just the thing is, you're gonna get just 6.5 hours to solve all these 125 questions, and you have no idea, because the 5 questions is just they are testing and they are not participate on the getting your score out of the like 70 out of the 100% of the all questions. But all these calculations, you have to navigate on them very well. You don't have to waste your time to get understanding how to get them calculate, because you have to know already how to calculate straight line depreciation or maybe accelerated depreciation for some truck which was bought by business owner 3 years ago, and right now you have a salvage price of the vehicle. So it sounds very not understandable if you never ever done this before, and you have to get knowledge how to get this calculation done very well. So I've got the 2 courses. One of them it's called examprep.com and another Palm School, and this third time I just get prepared from the palmschool.com. I think it's very helpful course, but some of the questions in their course doesn't consist the same text which can be found on these particular books. There are some different, maybe they have the different editions, maybe years, I have no idea, but not all the page all the time the same as is shown in this Palm School course. So all this calculation I've done in 5 days of the preparation for the exam. I've done it very well because I know how to do the percentage of the completion of the project, how to get calculated all allowances for the taxes withholding, how to get calculated all these wonderful other withholdings from the wage, in my opinion, because I'm very familiar with all these business statements and how they call business assets. What's the difference between the assets, fixed assets, between the current assets, what the difference between the fixed liabilities and what about the current liabilities, what means the current ratio. So I've been familiar with all these things because I'm learning in Boston University for the MBA program. Yes, I know what this course was very helpful to get this examination passed. In my opinion, if I will never do this before, if I will just done before my like a field experience, I would not say I would have to invest at least like 2-3 weeks to get prepared for this examination. The trade part for the Florida exam is pretty easy, but the business and finance part, it's just a nightmare in my opinion. If someone from the Florida Contractors Board watching this video, you have to just figure it out what's going on with your exam, because in my opinion it's very hard and you're gonna get small amount of the passing examination for the people who want to work as a licensed contractor in state of the Florida. So this is my request for you guys to do something with it. Maybe to get like separation, kind of A or B, A or C, to just get tested and bring more licensed contractors to the field to make all the services better, because if you will bring more licensed contractor to the HVAC, electrical, plumbing stuff, you're gonna get better services for the whole population of the state. But right now, all this thing, in my opinion, the people who passed these tests, they just have to be very smart asses. Yes, it's good to keep stupid guys, not the stupid guys, but let's say it's just the stupid guys out of this field, just to keep all customers safe. I understand that. And maybe who built these courses, there previously was contractors and they prepared these questions for this examination, but as I said, in my opinion, it's very hard. It's 10 out of the 10 in compare with California exam and Texas exam. So you have to think about it, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I'm gonna see you on the next one. It was Adam Fusman.